Hi students, welcome to first year commerce class. In our previous class we have discussed about various kinds of debentures. Then before that we had the differences between equity shares and preference shares. Still our business finance lesson is going on. So in this class we are going to discuss a very important answer, that is differences between shares and debentures. Very important for 5 marks. Share and a debenture. So just try to understand. Both are the sources of finance for a joint stock company. Say if I am the joint stock company, I have established a company, say Sri Medhavi Limited. As you all know that only public limited company can take capital from the people by issuing shares and debentures. Private company cannot take. Okay. So when a joint stock company requires capital, it has got various sources. We have already learnt. Various sources of business finance we have learnt. Equity shares, preference shares, debentures, public deposits, institutional finance, advances from customers, trade credit. Like that we have got n number of ways to get capital. And each method has got its own merits and demerits. Somewhere we have to pay higher interest, but will be given immediately the loan. Sometimes you are given the loan at a lower rate of interest, but processing will be lengthy. Like time period also will differ from one source to another source. So like that, based on various things we decide from which source we have to secure capital. So if I require some capital, I can go for either shares or for debentures. So what is the difference? For example, even you have got some money and you want to invest your money in a joint stock company, maybe in Reliance company or Tata company or Infosys or in Satyam Mahindra, wherever you wish to, you want to invest. So where you would like to invest? Shares and debentures. What is the difference between those two? Both are the means. So for example, you join a college, you can take either CEC or MEC. Okay, both are intermediate first year only. So some of you have taken MEC and some of you have taken CEC. Is there any difference between those two courses or not? Okay, the major difference is the students who have joined in MEC are studying Mathematics A and Mathematics B. The students who have taken CEC are studying civics. Whereas economics and commerce are common papers for both the groups. Economics and commerce are both common. MEC, you are studying mathematics, economics, commerce. CEC students are civics, economics, commerce. So the students who are in MEC group are studying both mathematics papers, Maths A and Maths B. The students who are in CEC are studying only civics. And in future also, the courses what you are going to take, the jobs you are going to get will differ from one group to another group, like that based on your subject. Similarly, shares and debentures will help you to get capital from the people, but there are certain differences between those two. Clear? So try to understand. First, share is the part of a capital. Share is the part of a capital. So what is that part? You see, suppose if I want 1 lakh rupees, just with 1 lakh we cannot start a company, but I am just giving the example. If you require 1 lakh rupees, what I will do is, I will divide this into 1000 parts. So 100 rupees is the value of one part. So I decide that my share value is 100 rupees. So if I require 1 lakh rupees, I am collecting it from, or say I am dividing it into 1000 parts. So while discussing about equity shares, I have given you the definition. Equity share or any share, either it is a preference share or equity share, share is the smallest part of capital. You see, this much amount we require, 1 lakh rupees we have required, but I am taking it as smallest part, only 100 rupees. So 100 rupees is the smallest part of the entire capital. Even though you may require 10 crores, 100 crores, 50 crores, you can keep your share value as 50 rupees or 100 rupees. So this is one share value. Now what happens? Mr. A, one of the investors, say Mr. A may buy 50 shares into 100 rupees. So he will provide 5,000 rupees. While discussing about joint stock company features, I have given clear example. Mr. B may purchase 200 shares into 100 rupees. He will give 20,000. Mr. C may purchase 500 shares into 100 rupees. He may give 50,000 rupees. Like this, these people A, B, C are called as shareholders. A, B, C are called as shareholders. The people who have purchased the shares are called as shareholders. The people who have purchased debentures are called as debenture holders. So this is the entire capital. 75,000 rupees is given by A, B, C. Some other person has given some 25,000. So this amount, the amount secured from the shareholders is called as share capital. The amount secured by issue of shares is called as share capital. So this is the smallest part of capital. Debenture is not the smallest part. What is a debenture? Debenture is the acknowledgement of debt. The other day we have discussed it. Acknowledgement means, say Mr. X has given Reliance company some 10,000 rupees. So Mr. X has given the loan of 10,000 rupees to Reliance company. So this is the debt. Debt means loan. Here who has given the loan? Mr. X has given the loan to Reliance company. On what agreement he has given? That Reliance company has promised that he will be paid interest, okay, and the amount of loan will be repaid after a certain duration. On that agreement, Mr. X has given loan to Reliance company or Tata company, whatever it is. Take any company. So the person has given the loan. So when Mr. X has given the loan to one joint stock company, the company gives a certificate, acknowledgement. The other day I have written on the board. So received 10,000 rupees from X. So Reliance company, Reliance India Limited stamp will be there, board of directors sign will be there. So the companies will issue a certificate to you. Even when you are purchasing the shares, for shares also you are given the share certificate. But in case of debenture, it is the acknowledgement of debt. Acknowledgement means a receipt, a document given as evidence is called as acknowledgement. As the other day I told you, if you pay the fees to college or you submit the application, you are given the receipt. The college gives a official document or some receipt that yes, fees collected or application form received, even in various government offices or in courier office, in registered post. If you send something, you are given the acknowledgement that yes, you have sent the letter or you have sent the document, giving a proof. Acknowledgement is nothing but giving a proof. So what proof the company is giving? That you have given some amount of loan, maybe 10,000, 5,000, 50,000 or 1 lakh, whatever it may be. So if you know the definition and main features, it is very easy to draw the differences. So try to understand here. A share is a part of owned capital. What do you mean by owned capital? Ownership funds. So the people who have purchased the shares, that means A, B, C, in this case, the example I am given, I have given the example, shareholders. Shareholders are the owners. What do you mean by owners? They will receive share in profit when the company earns profit, and they have got the right to manage the company. They can participate in the activities of the company. They have got the voice to express their opinion. That means they are the owners. So share is the part of owned capital. As just now I told, debenture is an acknowledgement of a debt. So when a company has taken the debt, it is giving you the proof that yes, from that person we have taken the loan. So that is the evidence, that is the acknowledgement of debt. Second, shareholders are paid dividend on the shares held by them. So the reward. Okay. See, everyone invests money expecting a reward. Many times I told you that capital is not easily available. People won't give you money without expecting anything. See, for example, if you are using someone's house, say you are on rental basis, means what you are doing? Because you are using someone's house, you are paying rent. So rent is the reward for property, for land or house property. Similarly, you take this college. We are using this premises. This is not our own building. We are using someone's building to run the college. So will the house owner give this premises at free of cost? No. Every month we are paying the rent. Clear? Similarly, when we use someone's cash, we have to pay some reward. So if shareholders have given their valuable money to our company to establish and to run company, when you have taken capital from others means we have to reciprocate, we have to return. Like if you write the examination, what do you get? You will get the marks. So marks are rewards for your efforts, for your answers. So similarly here, always there will be a reward for your efforts. I am employee here. I am giving lecture means I will get salary. So salary is my reward here. So without expecting salary, I can't teach, no. Without paying rent, we cannot use these premises. Similarly, without giving return, without giving any incentive, we cannot use others' money. So in case of shares, the return what we give, the reward what we pay to the shareholders is called as dividend. What is dividend? It is a share in profit. Suppose at the end of the year, if the company earns 50,000 rupees profit, after paying all the taxes and other interests, that 50,000 will be divided among the shareholders. So that is called dividend. Dividend is the share in profits issued to the or given to the shareholders by a public limited company or a joint stock company. Clear? So shareholders are paid dividend. Next, debenture holders are paid interest. Both the ways, okay. It is reward only, but the word will differ. The reward given to the shareholders is called as dividend. The reward given to the debenture holders for their money is called as interest. Clear? Next. The rate of dividend depends upon the amount of divisible profits and policy of the board of directors. Yes, the other day I told you. What dividend is to be given, whether it is 5% or 10% or 8%, depends upon the profits. If the company earns higher profits, rate of dividend will be more. If the company earns low profits, low rate of dividend is declared. If company earns no profit, you won't get anything. So, the dividend payable to the shareholders depends upon the volume of profits. अब ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट कमाएं तो डिविडेंड होल्डर्स को शेयर को डिविडेंड ज़्यादा मिलता. If the company is earning no profit, shareholders will not get anything. You cannot demand. Sir, we have given the share capital now. Why you are not giving dividend this year? So you do not have any right to demand. It is up to the amount of profits. Apart from that, board of directors will have some policy. What amount of profits are to be stored, reserved for future? What amount of profits are to be distributed among the shareholders as dividend? It will be decided by the board of directors. The shareholders do not have any right to demand certain amount of dividend. If profits are more, naturally board of directors will pay you more dividend. Apart from that, they will have their ideas, they will have their financial planning. So some amount they will save for future and they will give you the dividend. So dividend payable to the shareholders is not fixed. You cannot decide in advance that I am going to get this much of dividend every year. No, it is not like that. Sometimes you may get more, sometimes you may get less. But here, the rate of interest is paid fixed. While issuing the loan, while issuing the debenture itself, we declare here 5% debentures, 10% debentures. This rate, written on this document, The rate mentioned on the document is fixed. According to that rate, you are paid the interest. Clear? Next. And a fixed rate of interest is paid on debentures irrespective of profits or losses. You are not bothered whether the company is earning profits or incurring losses. You need not worry. Whether the company earns profits or heavy losses are incurred by the company, you will get the fixed rate of interest. Company cannot escape from its responsibility of paying interest in the event of losses. It has to pay. It has to arrange by going for some other source of finance or some bank loan. They have to get and they have to pay the interest to the debenture holders. Next. Shareholders have voting rights. Okay. Shareholders, as they are the owners, they can participate in the meetings. They will have voting rights, but debenture holders do not have voting rights. They are creditors. What do you mean by creditors? The people who have given you credit. जो उधार दिए उनको बोलते creditors. So Mr. X here is giving Reliance Company 10,000 rupees loan. The persons who have provided loan to us are called as creditors. So debenture holders are just creditors. They are not the owners, so they cannot have voting rights. Shares are not redeemable. The other day only we have discussed. Redeemable means paying back. Whatever the amount of capital we have taken, that is not paid back in case of shares. So the amount secured by the joint stock company by issuing shares will not be paid back to the shareholders during the lifetime of the company. Only when the company is closed down, winding up of the liquidation of the company is done, then the shareholders will get their capital back. That too after paying all the other claims. Shareholders will not get their capital back during the lifetime of the company. It remains permanent in the company. Whereas debentures are redeemable, means after certain number of years, the amount of loan, say the amount of capital taken from the debenture holders is paid back. Maybe after 5 years, maybe after 7 years, or according to the agreement between the company and the debenture holders, the amount of debenture capital is paid back to the debenture holders. Redeemable, chutkara pana means give back. Okay, so according to the convenience of the company or as per the agreement between the debenture holders and the company will pay back the amount taken from the debenture holders. So in this case, Mr. X has given 10,000 rupees to Reliance Company. So lifelong it is not going to be retained by the company. Maybe after 3 years, maybe after 5 years, maybe after 7 years, this money is paid back to Mr. X. And every year he will get interest. Clear? Next. At the time of liquidation of the company, share capital is payable after meeting all outside liabilities. I told you, shareholders are the real owners of the company. They will get money only at the end, last, after paying to all others. Bank loans, financial institution loans, debenture holders, preference shareholders. After making all the payments to outsiders, if money is left out, then only the shareholders are paid. These people will not have any priority. Okay, first of all, amount is paid back to all the outsiders, then shareholders are paid. But for case of debentures, they have got priority over shareholders. Priority means these people are paid first. When the company is closed down, liquidation means closing down the business activities and selling of the company. That means disposing of all assets is called as liquidation of company. So when it is liquidated, when the winding up of the company is wound off, so we are going to pay capital first to the debentures, then money is left out, it is paid to the shareholders. So these are the important 6 differences between shares and debentures.